Hey everybody, I'm just coming home from a garage sale and I picked up, of course, a couple comics. I want to show them to you. Tell me if I got a good deal or not. Stick around and let's take a look. Hello my friends out there in YouTube land. It is your good buddy Philtastic Phil, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. So just as I said in the introduction to this video, I stopped at a garage sale, just came back. I'm not one to really go to a lot of garage sales, and this is not to be confused, by the way, with the Bratton Brothers comic book garage sales, which I've done videos for in the past. If you haven't checked that out, I'll go ahead and I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can do so. I just happened to be on Facebook, and I saw those little garage sale ads. You know, some people have those different selling groups, and I'm happy to be part of a North Jersey selling group, buying selling group, I should say. And in the corner of one of the pictures, I noticed a stack of comics, and I zoomed in on the picture, and I saw very distinctly corner art for a series I know very, very well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. As you may recall in the past, I've said it on this channel at least a couple times, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures was the first series I collected as a kid. So it's a place that always is near and dear to my heart, and I know that it is something that's very hot right now as far as sales go. So I've got my stack here. Let's go ahead and go through them. So the first comic we're going to check out is the one that was sticking out in the photograph. As I said, it is an issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. This is number 14. I remember this was a Jaguar, I think was his name. Yes, it's not an original name. I'm going to give you a forewarning that most of these comics are not in good shape. Not all of them are in bags, and the ones that are in bags, to be honest with you, don't look so great either. But I did negotiate, and I got them for a pretty reasonable price. Again, issue 14 is not one that I'm aware of, at least that's a key issue by any means. The cover is got a few dings and dents here, and there are signs of water damage. Pages are, I'm going to say, off-white to cream. And again, you can see the bubbling of that water damage. Now, if this were a key book, perhaps it's something that could be pressed out or can be pressed out. But, I mean, realistically, I don't think it's anything that anyone is looking for. I just, again, picked it up out of nostalgia. I didn't even look at the quality, again, just because I got it for really just such a great price. So the next one, another issue of Ninja Turtles, but not the Archie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures series. No, this is the... I don't remember who printed this, actually. Let's see. This is from the Eastman and Laird series, book number 32, dated August 1990. I remember having this issue as a kid. Cover's not in bad shape. There are some signs that, yeah, I take that back. There are some dings and dents. I don't know if you, yeah, if you kind of see them here, you could pull them up. Again, I'm not sure if that's something that could be pressed out. The interior is in really great shape, actually. I'm not sure that this has actually even been read before, but you can see the pages themselves are very clean. Again, I'm not sure that this is a key issue or not, to be honest with you. I'll have to research that further. I don't believe it is. I don't see why it would be. But it's certainly in better shape than the other one. So here's another issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. Again, this one is bagged, but no boards. No boards on any of a couple of them, but no board on this one at least. And I'm just throwing the bags out afterwards again because they're not in bad. They're not in good shape, I should say. So this copy is in much better shape, I have to say, than the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures that we looked at. This was number 3. Again, this is in the Archie series. There are some things on the back here. I don't know if you can see that. I think that's something that would be pressable. The pages are really good, actually. I'm pleasantly surprised. These are white pages. I'll show them off to you here. And yes, I am wearing gloves. A little off-white maybe. Not so much for the damage to the book, but also, like I said, these didn't look like they were in the best shape. This one is actually really good shape. I am going to look that one up here. Again, that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures number 3 of a 3-issue miniseries. I don't remember getting the miniseries, to be honest with you. I remember Mutanimals. That was a Ninja Turtle miniseries, and I remember there was an April O'Neil miniseries, and I kind of dropped off around then. I just remember there was some really terrible art on, I think it was the 1st or 2nd issue of that. Anyway, here's the next one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, book 29. Again, this is from the Eastman and Laird series. This is not a key issue that I'm aware of. There are some spine ticks here. It is a black cover, of course, so that's going to show everything. Interior, just like the other one, is actually in pretty good shape. Everything's intact. There's no tears or whatnot. I'll look that one up as well. Again, I don't believe that that is a key issue at all. Okay, next, this one is bagged. This is an issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures, again, the Archie series. This is number 12. I do remember this issue. Again, nothing key. This one, again, is in much better shape. I don't see any... there's a couple small bends. And there are some... what's the cover here? I thought there was some evidence of moisture, but that's not here. Pages are white. Yeah, actually it's in good shape. That concludes the Ninja Turtle portion of this video. But I do have some more 80s nostalgia here. This is a character I knew quite well as a kid growing up. I didn't see the first movie in theaters. I remember seeing the second one on videotape, VHS tape. And the third one, actually, my dad took me to see, and I remember it was a terrible, terrible movie. And shockingly enough, they actually tried to make a cartoon out of this as well. I kind of vaguely remember the cartoon, but I don't know how that worked. I am talking about Robocop. This is issue number 1. This was bagged and boarded. That's why it was taking a little time to get out of it. That being said, I mean, the cover looks okay. There are a couple minor dings. I don't think anything that would get knocked down. Pages are white. Nice to see. You know, I honestly figured, I know that there's been a wave of nostalgia books hitting lately that have been hot. The He-Man books and G.I. Joe. Hey, you never know. Maybe Robocop is around the corner. And as I said too, I negotiated, and really each of these issues was less than $1. So, hey, for less than $1, if I'm wrong and these go nowhere, it's perfectly fine. Second issue of the Robocop series. This one was bagged but not boarded. White pages. Good shape. Okay, the next 3 books are part of a limited series. These are bagged and boarded, involving not 1 but 2 popular 80s sci-fi action characters. Robocop and the Terminator. This was from the Frank Miller, Walt Simonson limited series, Robocop versus Terminator. He did not have issue number 1. Yeah, I mean, this one is in really good shape. White pages. There's no scratches, nothing missing. And again, I don't know that this is going to necessarily take off or not, especially I'm missing the first issue, but how can you beat it for less than $1? Second issue of the series. Same, great shape. White pages. I don't even know if this has ever been read, but great shape. Well, it shows you how old this is. There's a ad for the Predator game on Genesis on the back. That takes me back. And this is the 4th issue of the Robocop versus Terminator series. Same thing, white pages, excellent shape, there's nothing missing. Again, I don't think it's necessarily a key book, but you never know with these nostalgia coming in. Okay, next is a series, or I should say it's a popular sci-fi film creature that came out in the late 70s, 1979 to be exact, but I think there's been at least one or two movies now every decade since then. I could be wrong on that. And a series that Marvel just launched. This is the Dark Horse Aliens Limited Series #1. For a black cover, I have to say, excellent shape. Very minor scratches. White pages. I don't know. I know that some of the Alien books were hitting that were pretty hot. I don't know if this is one of them. This is again the Aliens Hives miniseries. This is issue 104. But great copy. Okay, now, yeah, this whole opening, I have to say, I just realized this now, going through this between Ninja Turtles and Aliens and Robocop in this next title, is for me at least a trip down memory lane. And this is a title I used to read. This is when I first really started getting into comics. I was probably about 14, 15 years old at the time. I graduated, yes, from Ninja Turtles onto other things. And this is a really good copy, a minor ding, of Spawn #2. I know there's a lot of attention on Spawn right now. It's a series I haven't read in at least 20 years or so. I think I conked out somewhere in the 50s. I did pick up some issues here and there afterwards, but not at least to the same extent, not to the same run, I should say. This is issue #3. I do remember this cover. Really like this cover. Some light creasing in the corners at the top there. Pages are in great shape. Okay, and this one I remember was one that was hard to come by when it came out. I don't think that's necessarily the case now. And this is Spawn #4 with the first cover of the Violator. I remember this being a really gory issue. Look at that. That's not great. I don't know if you could see that, but there's a definite press here. Definite dent, I should say. It's pretty deep. It doesn't look like it's color breaking, so maybe it could be pressed out. I have to look. I'm not sure that this particular issue is a hot issue. I know that some of the Spawns were heating up, but this has a huge print run. It does have the Image Comics 0 coupon in it. I remember back in the day that was a big deal if you had it in it. I'll have to check that out. And the last one I have from this garage sale, rounding out my, why don't we call this a 90s garage sale haul. This was a book, as soon as I saw it, I immediately jumped at it. I do have this in my collection now. Ooh, he double bagged this, whoever had this. I know that the gentleman running the garage sale, he told me straight out he's not a collector. He happens to do cleanouts, and I guess he found this in a house he was cleaning out, a stack of these comics. So he had this double bagged and one board. Hopefully this is good news then. Oh, this is like polybagged. I don't know if this is a factory thing. I have never seen this comic polybags. I don't know if I should take it out then. I'm going to leave it in the poly bag for now. and I'm going to look up and see if there's any history of these, again, of this comic being polybagged, or if this is just something that the guy who bought it did. All right, let me pause. I just paused for a minute to see if this book has ever been sold in a polybag, because I'm not familiar with that. I've never seen it like this before. And I couldn't find anything on the internet. I just did a quick Google search. But as I said, this is Spider-Man number 20, Spider-Man 2099, number 1. I do have this in my collection already, but my thought when I saw this was, look, he had that nice little cameo at the end of the Into the Spider-Verse film. I know that they're planning a second Spider-Verse film, and he'll most likely be a big part of it. And in fact, look, with that next Spider-Man movie coming out, there's so many different Spider-Men popping in. And as I have said in the past, I do think Miles Morales will appear in that film as well. Point being, you don't know if he's going to come in as well either. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on this as far as the bag itself goes. If people say, yeah, it's normal, whatever, take it out of the bag, I think I might just send this one to be graded, to be honest with you, before the next film comes out. Before the next animated film, I should say, comes out. Because I know that the next Spider-Man movie comes out in December. This is August as I'm filming this, and the CGC wait, I think at this point, is over 190 days. No way I'd probably get this back before December. I don't like paying extra for Fast Track, but anyway, Spider-Man 2099, number 1. All in all, I thought this was a pretty good haul. The gentleman who's running the garage sale told me that he does find comics in a lot of his cleanouts, so he's going to keep me in mind if he pulls anything. You never know, maybe he'll find something really nice. All in all, though, considering I spent less than $1 on each of these comics, which in, I think, all of these cases is actually below cover price, it's not bad at all. And again, these wind up being some comics really from my youth, comics from the 90s here. Not a bad haul at all. Did you like what you saw today? If so, please go ahead and consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. If you like what you saw today, or if you didn't like what you saw, or if you have an opinion on these polybags, because again, I'm really kind of mystified. I've never seen a Spider-Man 2099 in a bag like this before. I'm thinking it might be some kind of aftermarket thing, but anyway, I spoke enough about that. If you have an opinion about that, go ahead and leave that comment, and go ahead and put your comment, I should say, in the video below here. Thank you again for checking this video out. I do appreciate it. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace, love, and comments.